Hi everybody, I would like to show you how I make my gem mirrors. The first thing that I do is I buy gems at Michael's. They come in a package that costs about $10 or so. When I get home, I separate the gems into the different sizes and shapes, because that makes it just a little bit faster. Then what I like to do is take one mirror to use as my setup. The mirror that I'm planning to use, I'm going to use a nice heavy duty mirror. I have taken some acrylic paint and I have painted here, because I have discovered that the gems will not stick to just the plastic. You have to put some acrylic paint down. Here are some that I've been using. I really like to make a flower shape. Super cute. So these ones with the flowers are my favorites. So here is the here's the beginning. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this mirror and I'm going to use the gems to lay out the pattern that I want to use and figure out what I want it to do, and then we'll plug in the hot glue gun and make sure you have plenty of glue. It takes a lot more glue than you think it's going to take to do one of these mirrors, strangely. So I'm going to lay that out, and then I'll then transfer the gems here and glue them, and then I'll have a magic mirror. These petal shape gems are my favorites. I would really like to do flowers on these mirrors. I think they just look so pretty. So these are highly desirable. I tend to use up my pinks and purple gems pretty quickly. Right now I'm left with a lot of blue, so I'm going to have to be creative to make sure that this mirror looks pretty using mostly the blues. Because it's a present, I want it to be super pretty. So you just lay it out like this so that you know what you're going to do when you put it on your actual mirror. These are the best ones that I've been able to find for the job. I don't think these little cheapy ones really are good for this. It's better to get this one. So I'll just lay out some gems, and when I get this all finished, we'll start to transfer. So I've got my gem pattern laid out, and once I start gluing and I get it on here, if there's any spaces that look like they need to be filled up, I'll just use these little ones to fill in. So I'm just going to plug in my hot glue gun now and let it get going, and then we will start gluing. So hot glue guns, if you've never used one before, you need to be so careful. You never touch the tip. It is brutally hot, and you will really hurt yourself. I'm getting a lot better at using this thing, and I haven't hurt myself in a long time with the glue, but in the past I have burned myself with hot glue. So it's pretty dangerous. I mean, I've got like a scar right here from hot glue. So you really want to be careful. So I've put the glue in, I'm waiting for it to heat up. I'll know that it's heating when I pull the trigger and glue starts coming out. It does take a minute to warm up, and I've got lots of extra glue standing by. So this is going to be, the glue is starting to come out, so I am going to start transferring this stuff. So basically the flowers are my most important element. Everything else is going to follow the flowers. So you can kind of push on the glue with your thumb. So give yourself a nice, really good blob of glue, and then take your most important element and, without touching the glue, put it on there. And then see how fast the glue has disappeared into there? So I've made another blob of glue without touching the glue. I'm putting a petal, and I need to put another glue stick in because that's how fast this glue goes. But I have found that using more glue on these magic mirrors is really what you want to do. So, otherwise the gems eventually fall off, and you don't want that. So use So now it's time to position my next flower, and I want to make sure that I have enough space. So rather than try to put the centerpiece in and just rough it, I'm going to do this petal first and work around the second petal. So once I get a petal in, then I can put my centerpiece in. And see how I'm not touching the glue? I'm just really aware because all of these strands of glue come out of the glue gun. And look, I'm already needing to use, this is my third glue of this project. So you really need to have a ton of glue because you don't want to run out. The glue is really dangerous though, so be super careful. Don't touch it. Never touch the glue. Never touch the tip of this thing, and never ever stick your finger in that glue. You'll get an awful burn if you do. Look at that, we're moving on to our fourth glue of this project. Alright, so I'm going to use these green ones to go around the edge. I'm trying to stay on where I put the paint, because it really doesn't like to stick to the plastic. It needs that acrylic paint to be on there. Like I need another glue. This is 6 glues. Yeah, these magic mirrors, you know, you buy the mirror for about $4 if you get a good one, which is better to do. Then you've got to buy the gems at Michael's. If you go in with a 50% off coupon, that is the smartest thing. Every time you get one of those, just go buy a box of gems. That's the smartest thing to do with those coupons. If you're going to make magic mirrors, try to get your gems with those coupons. Then you've got to buy the glue, the hardware store, or someplace. Got to have your glue gun. So I think really these mirrors probably cost a person about $10–15 to create. So they're not really the sort of thing that you are going to be able to sell and make money on, but they make wonderful presents. See, I need another glue. You really burn through the glue. The cost of the glue almost equals the cost of the mirror and gems. They're so worth it though. They're so pretty. This one is a present for someone. Very nice. I'll give her at her party today. Can I fit another gem in there? I see a hole. I'm gonna try. If it's an odd spot and it might not fit perfectly, I'm gonna put a little bit of extra glue. Yeah. Alright, we've done it. Magic mirror. Thanks for watching.